Are we live? Are we live? Okay. I guess I better go ahead and talk about this because I just found out today that this is kind of a weird situation. I know that this is kind of weird, but I heard that's from Steven Totillo from Anexios. He used to work for Kotaku. Now he's working for another website right now. This is the news. The former IT security analyst Emma Mojo, is seeking court approval to expand her effort into the class action on behalf of women who've worked for Sony in the past few years. Now, according to this, the alleged suit alleges the violation of the United States Equal Pay Act, saying Sony discrimination against female employees, including those who are female and those who identify as female, in compensation and promotion of subjects of them working in culture predominantly by men. Mojo alleges that that was ignored by the manager who responded to the men, was passed over for promotion, and was terminated this year after submitting a gender bias complaint to the company. And there's also the other thing that she says: other women at PlayStation struggled to get promoted at the same rate as men. Representatives from PlayStation did not immediately respond to the question about the lawsuit. Mojo notes her suit that Sony says she was terminated because of the closure of an internal department through, she says, wasn't in that department. So the big picture is the scrutiny of the game company over their treatment of women has been especially intense in California, where Sony US headquarters are based in. Now, it's no surprise that this is happening because a lot of people are talking about this, and this is the whole court case document. I don't know if this is the copy that they have right now. If you want to, I can link it down below for you guys. Just go ahead and type in the chat if you want this court document, if you want to read it yourself. I don't know if this is legit, but it sounds like to me this whole situation escalated because according to her, you can see right here in this court document, the exhaustion administrative defendants regularly, systematically do business with the state of California. Okay, this is just... this is what the class action collective action allegations by the plaintiff. Representative class consists of individuals employees by Sony Interactive Entertainment LLC in California at any time during the time period beginning 4 years prior to filing the complaint through the date of trial in action, who was either a female, identified as female. And this is kind of a big surprise. It's like, identify as female. Whoever wrote this is the plaintiff alleges the employees who are female or identified as female were not compensated equally to male employees who had subsequently similar job classifications, functions, titles, and or duties. Part B were not compensated equally to the male employees who perform substantial similar work, were denied equal compensation to similar saturated male employees, being held back to lower pay levels, and or were denied promotions. Okay, here's the other one. Sony reports that 41%, ladies and gentlemen, of PlayStation owners are females. 41%, yeah, of the owners of the most recent consoles, PlayStation and PlayStation 5 consoles. Okay, I'm pretty sure most of them have kids, so yeah. And you can see right here the library, like they linked the PDF of it, the last visited November 2021. Even though it's nearly half of PlayStation owners are females, this kind of sounds like, to me, this is like another social issue. Like they're literally trying to sweeten the pot with this idea, but that's just not the argument. Sony tolerates the cultivated work environment and discriminates against female employees, including female employees and those who identify as female. I think they're trying to refer to transgenders here. It's kind of interesting that they're talking about this. Female employees are subject to continue unlawful, desperate treatment in pay and work opportunities. Moreover, Sony's policies and procedures have an ongoing desperate impact on female employees. Sony has maintained policies and practices regarding promotion process that promotes gender-based inequities in the title compensation. Sony maintained policies and practices. Let's see here. I don't know. It does sound like to me there's something suspicious going on, and I'm not so sure why. So, if anything, anybody wants to ask me about this, go ahead. I'll link this down below. I'll link it for you, share it around, because I got this from Polygon, to be honest with you. Now, it's weird, though, because it's like, this is kind of funny. And a lot of people are not talking about this because it's not, it seems kind of obvious that there is something going on. But I'm going to continue on because it seems like Sony maintains policies and practices regarding advancement leads to gender-based inequalities, favoring males in gender promotions. Sony discrimination policies, practices, and procedures, including systems where women are denied opportunities for advancement at Sony. Sony's nationwide practices and policies procedures resulted in lower compensation for females employees, similar to situation to male employees. In general, policies, practices, and procedures are govern the pay and throughout the complaint female employees saying quote female 2 hyphens, oh god, is intended to refer to those individuals who were designated female at birth, those who identify as female, individuals who identify as female. Okay, so basically they're discriminating trans people. I don't know what to tell you guys, but it sounds like to me Sony was discriminating trans LGBTQ people by the looks of this document. I don't know what to tell you, but they're saying female, identify as female. Promotions of female employees lack the sufficient standards, quality control, implications, metrics, transparencies, and oversight to ensure equal opportunities for males and females at Sony, because Sony's management does not provide sufficient oversight or safety measures to protect against international or overt discrimination or the desperate impact of the facility neutral policies and procedures. Female employees, including those who are female and those who identify as female, which I think they refer to trans females. So yeah, this is kind of strange enough that they're trying to suffering from discrimination without recourse. Whatever complaints and compliance to the policies that exist lack meaningful controls and standards, implications and metrics, and means to reduce such the upper management may ignore disparage, maximize, to cover up and mishandle, and others fail to respond properly to the evidence of discrimination in the workplace. Wow, this is like 17 out of the list of issues that they had, that she has with Sony, and it's no surprise. It's like this is like the longest, like it's like over and over and over. They're trying to explain it over and over again. Like, upon information and belief that Sony discrimination employee practices, policies, and procedures, we already know that. That's the same thing. because Sony's systematic pattern of practices of gender discrimination, plaintiff members' proposed class has suffered harm, including loss of compensation, back pay, employment benefits, and emotional distress. That's something that you should have put in. You didn't have to put like a long list of explanations. Plaintiff members of the class have no plain, adequate complaint remedy at the law to redress the pervasive wrongs. Alleged the heroin in this suit only means of securing adequate relief. The plaintiff and the members of the class have suffered and are now suffering irreparable injuries from Sony's ongoing unlawful policies and practices and procedures set forth herein. Okay, so that's herein. And they will continue to suffer unless those policies and practices and procedures are enjoined by the court. Because according to this, she joined in 2015. So this kind of tells me that she's claiming that the plaintiff proposed representatives of female employees subclass under Rule 23, which consists of members of the California class who are no longer employed by Sony, upon information belief that there are 40 members of the proposed California class former employees subclass. Plaintiff is a member of the class of subclass. The system of gender discrimination described in the complaint has been in is continuing nature. Plaintiff reserves the right to amend the class definition based on discovery of legal developments. So, it sounds like to me that this is kind of a strange thing, because I don't know what to tell you guys, because it's pretty bad. And I'm looking at this, reading this, and it's like this is kind of the statements that they're making. So, Sony antiquated producing these procedures and management complaints. Okay, so what is the what is the thing that she's claiming that caused her to? Okay, so here's what's going on. Sony has acted and refused to act on the grounds of generally applicable of the class representatives and proposed class of the okay. So Sony's getting sued by a woman. That's what's going on. And for gender discrimination. That's what happened. And in the state of California, they have a thing called an Equal Pay Act. She brought this up to them because of the fact that she wanted to get paid the same wages as the other people, but she felt discriminated against. According to her, this is because I read this whole thing. Since you missed the whole thing that I read, this is what happened. This is because I got to skip through this. This is what she kind of upon information and belief that Sony's discrimination in employment practices, policies, and procedures centrally established and implemented highest levels of Sony. Upon information and belief that Sony's employee policies and practices and procedures basically means that they this is what the point of this whole thing is. The plaintiff proposed a representative of former employees subclass, which is basically she's basically claiming she's suing Sony Interactive Entertainment, which is their she was a IT according to her. This is like from Steven Titello. This whole thing is what's going on. If you want to read the court documents, here it is. The systematic gender discrimination described by the complainant is continued in nature. Plaintiff reserves the right to amend the class has been based on discovery of legal developments. Inefficient to prosecution class certification proposed classes of subclasses the most efficient economical means of resolving the question of law of the fact that common claims of the plaintiff class. Now, this is kind of a big surprise because it's like I linked this court document so that you guys can check it out yourself. It's a big deal. Like, this is her claim is basically she claims that she wasn't getting equal pay. Violation of the Fair Labor and Standards Act of 1938 amended the Equal Pay Act of 1963, which denial of equal pay for equal work. Now, the plaintiff hereby re-alleges that the incorporates by references of the allegations of each preceding paragraph fully forthherein claim that brought behalf of the plaintiff and the nationwide class members, including nationwide class members who opted to this action. Sony has discriminated against the plaintiff and all the nationwide class members within the meaning of Equal Pay Act. Basically, the Gender Pay Act, and that's what's going on. By providing a lower rate pay similar to situations to male colleagues on the basis of gender female, even though the plaintiff and the other similar situated workers perform similar duties requiring the same skill and effort and responsibilities as their male counterparts, the plaintiff nationwide class members, similar situated male employees all perform similar job duties and functions. The plaintiff at the nationwide class members and situated male employees all perform the required equal skill, effort, and responsibility. Sony discriminated against the plaintiff and all nationwide class members by subjugating them to discriminatory pay in violation of the Equal Pay Act. So basically, they discriminated her for not giving her the same amount of money as her male co-workers, and that is what's going on. And it sounds like to me like she pretty much is setting up this lawsuit. And Sony contributed to cause of continuously of pay discrimination based on gender in violation of the EPA, the Equal Pay Act. This foregoing conduct constitutes a willful violation of the EPA. Within the meanings of the 29th USC, which is the number for the California thing, because they are suing in the state of California. And right now, they are going to be sue happy because, of course, Stephen Totillo brings up the fact that the lawsuits that they're having. In 2018, women in LA-based Riot Games filed a class action lawsuit alleging gender discrimination, and Activision also had it based in the state. California regulatory environment affords workers, the state agencies, many avenues for holding companies accountable. The plaintiff in the PlayStation suit said she plans to invoke California's Private Attorney General Act, which lets private citizens sue for breach of state labor laws. Uber was sued via this same law in 2017. So yeah, this is kind of a big deal because of the fact that this is kind of crazy though, because it looks like to me, and I'm just looking at this. The second claim, plaintiff realleges that the incorporates references of allegations of each preceding paragraph fully set forth. The actual controversy has risen and now exists between the parties relating to legal rights and duties and parties forth, blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. Declaring the judgment was necessary to In the plaintiff contends that Sony continues to commit violations set forth above, and on the information and belief, Sony will deny that it has done so. It will continue to commit such acts. Third claim, plaintiff hereby realleges that the incorporates, by referencing all allegations in each and every preceding paragraph, is fully set forth herein. Sony has discriminated and continues to discriminate plaintiff and all class members in violation of California Labor Code 11975 by paying its female employees wages rates less than the wage rates paid to male employees for subsequently equal or similar work when viewed as composite of skill, effort, and responsibility, and performed under similar working conditions through the class period. Sony failure, and I know this sounds boring, but this is kind of funny. I can't believe this happened. It's like, this is crazy. Sony has willfully violated California labor code, intentionally knowing that deliberately paying women less than men subsequently do equal similar work throughout the class period. As a result, Sony's ongoing conduct violations of California labor law willfully discriminates in plaintiff Mojo, which is her name, Emma Mojo. Class members have suffered and will continue to suffer harm, including but not limited to lost earnings, lost benefits, and other financial losses, as well as non-economic damages. Plaintiff Mojo and class members are entitled to all legal equity remedies available under law, including wages, interest, and liquidated damages. Sony has discriminated against plaintiff and in California members in violation of California Equal Pay Act, Cali Lab Code 11975.5, West 2015 Amendment 2000 amended 2015 etc. Sony has paid plaintiff and California members less than similar situated male employees in the same establishment performing equal work on jobs performance of which requires equal skill, effort, and responsibility, which are performed under similar working conditions. I hate having to do the robot voice, but it's kind of hilarious. Sony discriminated against the plaintiff and all California class members in violation of California Equal Pay Act. Sony has paid plaintiff subsequently equal pay when viewed as a composite of skill, effort, and responsibility. Okay, they keep repeating this over and over again. It's like, this is the same thing. Different in pay between male and female employees was not due to sincerity, merit, or quantity or quality of production, bona fide factor of other than sex, such as education, training, and or experience, but due to gender and alternative to the extent that Sony relied upon one or more of these factors. Said factors were not reasonably applied and do not account to entire wage differential. Forging conduct constitutes willful violations of California Equal Pay Act as amended in California Fair Pay Act. Therefore, a 3-year statute of limitations of such violations and pursuance of California Pay Act Okay, California Pay Act as amended to California Pay Act, blah, blah, blah. As a result of Sony conduct alleged the complaint, Sony willfully knowing international discrimination plaintiff and the nationwide class members have suffered will continue to suffer, including not limited to lost earnings, lost benefits, and other financial losses. Basically, she got fired, didn't get any benefits, didn't get anything. She only got like less pay for what she did. And sadly, I do feel bad for her, but unfortunately this is kind of a situation to where she's demanding that they should give everyone equal pay, and Sony probably fired her for that reason. Plaintiff incorporated in the class in this claim that each and every allegation of the proceedings, and this is kind of discrimination, harassment, and unequal pay and failure to promote. So she kind of did go to, and all mentions herein defendant and employees within the meeting. She tried to go to them and telling them about the California Fair Employment and Housing Act, FEFA. The plaintiff was so she's going to FHE, which is the California Employment and Housing Act, to get them to sue them. So it sounds like to me, it seems like a lot of women are going to go into lawsuit, because it's not just one company that's doing this that got sued. It's a bunch of companies. So political and civil subdivision in the United States, except followers, employees, does not include religion association, corporations organized for private profit. Okay, claim that brought to pursuit of FIFA, the FEH, which is the Fair Employment and Housing Act. But it sounds like to me the defendant regularly employed by 5 or more persons. With respect to harassment claims under the supervision, okay, so employee includes any person regularly employing more than one person. Okay, so they're trying to explain the law. So for a former employee in labor organizing employment agencies, blah, blah, blah. This is what they said. The claim in relief of arising to the defendant. Okay, so she basically is enacting the FIFA, the Fair Employment and Housing Act, and she's trying to sue Sony with that because of the fact that she didn't get equal pay, and she didn't get she felt discriminated against when she brought this up to Sony, and Sony basically fired her for that reason. And the fact that she lost all her benefits and everything, it sucks. And I do agree, it kind of sucks, because reading this whole thing, I'm looking at it right now. As you can see, it's all here, and I'll probably link this. I already linked it on the live stream, and it sounds like to me that the points of this, the plaintiff alleges that incorporated by references that all allegations in every proceeding in the paragraph is fully enforced herein. So, 9th claim, wrongful termination here. This is the one that she kind of points out. The plaintiff incorporates in the stated claim, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Jurisdiction invoked in the court's pursuit of the public policies of common law of the state of California, in pursuit of Tamara and Atlantic Richford Company. Wow, they really are going to be damaging Sony with this. So the plaintiff incorporated the claim that every alleged. Okay, so. This is what the defendant authorized, ratified new wrongful conduct complaint of herein and failed to take immediate appropriate corrective action in remedy of the situation, thereby acting oppressively and reckless disregard of the plaintiff's rights and safety, entitling plaintiff to be in an award of punitive damages. As a direct proximity result of the defendant conduct. Okay, so infliction and emotional distress. Okay, so humiliating mental anguish and emotional and physical distress. Defendant conduct was done with knowledge of the plaintiff's emotional and physical distress would hereby increase, and it was done with a wanton, reckless disregard consequences of the plaintiff, proximity result the defendant. Okay. Moreover, the time reference to herein, the defendant intended to cause or acted reckless disregard a probability of the cause of injury to the plaintiff because said defendant was guilty, oppressive, fraudulent, malicious conduct. Plaintiff entitled to, okay, so she probably got hurt. Negligent infliction of emotional distress, discrimination and harassment. With respect to harassment claims under the subdivision of blah 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 of an employee. So she's enacting all these claims based on the law. Prayer of relief. So this is kind of what she's probably doing, and I'm looking at this. This is signed by, oh yeah, the IG legal office, and she is trying to okay. Exhibit A, like they're submitting like evidence here. Okay, the top 14 gaming companies, please wait, gender loading. Like, this sounds like to me that they had this planned out the whole time. And it shows like the statistics on how many women work at the company. As you can see right here, Warner Brothers, 69%. And it's like it goes into deep right now. It's like who we are. 20 of the steps. Okay, so wake up, start smart, launching people with like this is kind of a weird. Okay, so who made this? Info Quarries first21st.com. This is like a statistics of what they do. So, Nintendo employs 10 Holdings. Wow, they actually have the rankings of how many men work at the companies, and they have less women at. But at Google, they have more women. Warner Brothers has has somewhat of a small amount. Apple has a small amount. Electronic Arts has a small amount. Wow. And they're showing they're really calling them out. They are really calling out the businesses right now. This is hilarious. Bandai has like 100% men. NetEase has 100% men. Activision has like 80% men and 20% women. Wow. This is actually interesting statistics based on 21. This is kind of cool though. They are definitely going after them. This is definitely funny, and I can't believe it. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave because this is kind of surprising, because Sony is being sued, and it's gonna cost them money. This is gonna really cost them money because a lot of these people are like, How Women Mean Business, Why Women Mean Business. These are the books that they're doing. Strategies on the Key on Gender Balance. Talent. Like, these are the books that they're doing from a company called 21st. So, 21st, 2020, the Gender Balance Scorecard. So, this is something that they're trying to do. Progress, critical mass, balance. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. The survey methodology. So, they actually do research on this. This is interesting. I'll link I'll link this down below for you guys. I'm gonna have to go. You guys take care. This is just this is somewhat of a short stream that I had to do because I wanted to get the news out for everybody to understand, because this is interesting news. And I know that I wanted to put it out there because it's a big surprise that Sony's doing this, and this is kind of strange enough that Sony is plotting was getting sued. And I was kind of surprised because Sony Entertainment LLC is being sued. Not the gaming company, Sony Entertainment LLC, which is registered in California. And I'm kind of surprised because this is something that is a big a big surprise on their strategy on how to get a gender balance in the company. Now, this is kind of what's going on. Ubisoft, let's see, 75% to 25%. Okay, 25% of the women that work there. 75% to 25%. 13% at Microsoft. Wow. And 85% men. Well, this is kind of huge. Like, let me try to enlarge this a little bit. I need to enlarge this because I really need to zoom in here. No. I'm not. I want to. How do I enlarge this? This is the question. Okay. Let me go ahead and go up to 200 here. Yeah. So, I'm going to try to enlarge this because this is... Here's what it looks like here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just giving you an up-close idea of what's going on. Bobby Kotick, Activision Blizzard. Like, someone actually is doing research. And they definitely know what's going on. And they definitely see a difference here. Like, Google has the highest, like, this is kind of crazy. Like, Apple, and this is kind of interesting enough. Like, and these are all gaming companies. So, yeah. Expect some discrimination lawsuits happening soon, ladies and gentlemen, because this is crazy. Yeah, and it's like, this is kind of a big surprise. Like, this is weird. Like, this is kind of a strange thing that they're trying to do. Why Women Mean Business. Like, they're trying to promote the books and everything, and I can see why. It's like, 20, we believe the best measures of progress towards gender-balanced businesses. So they're doing this whole gender balance thing, and it's kind of a big surprise here. But this is kind of an interesting thing that they're doing with this lawsuit, because this is kind of a serious thing. Like, you could see, well, I can't show that. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. That's the but you can see right here, this is kind of the big deal. These are filed, and hopefully this is going to be interesting. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go. You guys take care. you guys have a nice weekend. Hopefully things will be good. Hopefully you guys can have a wonderful Thanksgiving and everything. So you guys take care. Bye-bye. Because I'm out of here.